Her Lady Kisses.
And it's your boy Ray.
And welcome back to Pass the Blood.
Well, it's about that time that we had those sheets crumbled and had the final crush. We got to read it today. It's about that time. It's about that shit.
Smoke that shit up. What is it that we're smoking on today? Hey, hey.
So today, my good people, we are smoking some OG Glue. OG Glue is a cross between the infamous OG Kush and Gorilla Glue number 4. It gives up the euphoria of a Gorilla Glue feeling of being glued to the couch. At the same time, still give you the edge you need to get up and go. An absolute go for any time of day.
Yes.
So basically, feel like a relaxed pick-me-up, it sounds like. It gives you positive, it makes you feel positive, relaxed, happy, euphoric. Properties, it says pungent, pine, and earthy. So it's a little taste to it.
Let's spark that shit up, then. So we got. We can take some of that earthiness, that pine they talking about earlier. Okay.
This one kind of tight there.
So we're about to move on to our icebreaker of the day. So we're pretty much just going to tell y'all why we've been gone. We're going to chop it up real quick. Just let y'all know why we've been gone.
One time.
So the reason we have been gone is because of...
Need a break, people.
No, because of me. I guess physically, my body said we needed a break. I went through a little moment, and I say a moment, but I had a scares, and which caused us to kind of just take a minute, a pause on, doing this. I ended up having to go to the hospital for which came out to be 2 blood clots on both sides of my lungs. So I'm much better now.
Thank God.
I am much better now. It was a very scary moment for me.
Shout out to the man upstairs. Appreciate you.
Life really flashes by your eyes, within moments of something like that. And I do appreciate, my family really being there for me, like, especially, Ray. He took care of me for the time that he could be here for me. And he did his thing as a father, and I appreciate, because I was out of commission. I could do nothing. So I really appreciate it. I know you're like, she's smoking. It's okay, y'all. I'm not, as long as there's no tobacco, and I can have a little bit of wine and stuff here and there, but I can't overdo it. So for the most part, I'm, taking my health very seriously. So, it was definitely an eye-opener, and I'm glad that we're here to be able to come back and talk to you guys, because I truly did miss you guys. I really did.
We had to get back. The whole time, we was just like, we're going to start the show back up. I was like, yeah, at least get the 90%. Get 90% of your health back, and then we go back.
Yeah. I was like sitting in front of this camera, y'all be like, she just looked like she dead, because I was looking dead. I was looking sick.
We wouldn't have been smoking. Say that. There would have been no smoking going on.
There'd have been nothing going on. I was like, girl.
Let's sit here conversate.
But all right.
It's all good. We here now.
Everything other than that, everything has been good. Like, I'm happy, can't complain. There's nothing to really complain about, living life, taking it. You look at life differently after experience like that. I will say that. So I appreciate every moment that I have left on this earth.
Like I said, we here now. We're gonna keep pressing on and pressing on. Okay? That's all we can do.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Hey.
All right now. All right, so we're about to move on to the main topic of the day.
We got.
Today's main topic is accountability.
Are you held accountable?
Are you? Are you? Are you?
Mm.
Okay, first question. What does accountability mean to you?
I feel like we should get into the definition of accountability. Because everybody has their own meaning of accountability.
Okay. What is accountability? What does it mean? Google that sucker so we can hear Google tell us.
It's probably ain't gonna come up. What does accountability mean? It says the fact or condition of being accountable or responsibility.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you responsible? Can
Are you
be
good?
held accountable?
Are you good?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what does accountability mean to you?
Accountability means to me, it's like a worded contract for me.
Mm-hmm.
If you telling me I got you,
I'm expecting.
that's what I'm expecting that you got. Your word is your bond, what they say, right?
Yeah. I'm holding you to that. I agree, because I agree with that. I can say I feel the same about that. My meaning in that is somewhat the same.
So if you fuck up, nigga, it's your fault, and it's only your fault. Because you said you got me.
Yeah. So, I'm holding you accountable for what you said to me, because you said you was accountable, so I'm taking that accountability into consideration.
Yes.
Don't tell me you're going to do something if you know that's not your girl, so don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
I feel like trust and accountability go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. The next question says, what makes you accountable? I feel like a person being trustworthy makes them accountable. I can count on them. It's a trust, like I said, it's a trust thing. I gotta trust that you say you're gonna do what you said you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm counting on that. If I'm counting on you, is in the word count. I'm counting on you.
Count on you, count on you, count on you.
I need you to deliver, like you said you was.
Yeah. So, what makes me accountable? I mean, I feel like, you can rely on me when if it's a position when you really, really need me, I'm going to be there for you. But if it's something and it doesn't have to be meaning financially, it could be just me talking to you, giving you advice, or just listening to you. Just being there.
I feel like
Being an accountable person in that form.
and it's like a sense of responsibility that's been held. I feel like that's what makes me accountable. I'm responsible for like.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I don't take unnecessary risk, especially if it's dealing with somebody else's, stuff or me doing something for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you hold your friends and family accountable?
Yeah. The little friends I do have, I do hold them accountable because I hold them close to me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain trust in each and every one of them. So yeah, I do hold them accountable. Your family?
I mean, family and friends, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that I have now, I can sit here and say I have a solid group of friends that I know for a fact that are very accountable people. That I know if I really need them to be there,
Yeah.
they will rock and be there for me.
Or they'll figure some type
They'll
of way
figure
out.
a way out to make sure, hey, I may ain't got the money, but hey, I got it, or whatever, depends on what their situation is. But I will say the friend group that I do have, I can say they're a very accountable friend group. However, when it comes to the family aspect of it, that's a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? That's a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really pick your family. Unfortunately, you can pick your friends. That's how you know you can have the accountable friends because you can pick them.
Right.
But you can't pick that in your family.
I mean, everybody is deemable to have a letdown moment, family or friends.
Yeah.
You kind of like, damn, I can't.
I can't expect you to always
Right.
be there.
I don't know. I don't put that same accountability on my family as my friends. I don't know.
I think
Because I feel like when I'm in a time of need sometimes, family don't come pull through sometimes.
Yeah.
But that friend just might. Like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? For me, it just depends on the situation. So, who am I? Depending on what it is, who I can count on in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like who I think I can count on in that moment.
Right. Or it's more so like it's like you know your family got your back.
Yeah, you kind of do, but then again, it just depends. And we're not talking about financially. We take the financially, maybe. But certain situations, not so much, because it's been situations in my family where you're like, that person not as accountable as they, you know, they say they're to do, but they're not as accountable for it, and then you know it causes that little ripple. Like, see, that's why we can't depend on such and such, because you know.
But that's more like sarcasm. I feel like, see, that's why I did no way. So type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's more like sarcasm. But I feel like your family got your back regardless, no matter what the fuck it is. So you can count on them at some point in your life. When you get into that jam or that hard place in your life,
Right.
you know your family will count on you.
But you can't say the same about your friends. Your friends honestly, my friends are my family.
Right.
Like, I've had years with these people.
But like
so.
you said, it's about who you handpick those people.
Yeah.
So you know, if I really have a problem or a jam or something, I know this person gonna help me. Because we solid like that.
Yeah.
With family, he was like, they may give you a hard time.
Time to go.
They're gonna be like, okay, I got you.
Or they, you know, right.
You can count on me, man.
All right. All right.
When do you know when to hold someone accountable?
When do I know to hold someone accountable?
When I bestow a responsibility.
Yeah, when I have say, hey, I need this from you. Can you help me with this? And you volunteer to help me with it, and you had this particular thing that I'm requesting for you to do, and you don't come. I'm counting on you to get this done. If you don't come through with this, you know, then I gotta go behind and do this shit when I would ask you if I didn't think I could. If I, you know, so I'm expecting you to come through with helping me out. I'm counting on you.
Yeah, I feel like I don't put accountability on people.
Me neither.
So I feel like when I really need the help or something, like I really need it and I ask you for it, that's when I'm holding you accountable. Especially like I said earlier, if you say you got me. Because I really need this shit. I don't really ask people for shit.
Yeah, I'm a rare asker.
And like I said, I'm a go with the flow person, so if you can't do something for me, just can't do something for me. But if I really need your fucking help, I'm asking you, my man.
You know what's crazy about that? I feel like I was saying that to my parents, like we was having this little game night or whatever. And they was like something about, I guess they not saying counting on them, it pretty much was like accountability. But I'm like, you know, at one point I was not driving. So I used to be like, Mom, hey, let's go to the store, you know what I'm saying? I guess you would say, and some people would be like, you might be using her or something like that. No, but that was my time to really spend time with my mother or whatever. However, I counted on her to make sure I got to that store. I'm like, hey, I need you. Don't think that I don't want to spend time with you because I love the company. But I really need you in this sense right now. And I don't want you to think that I'm using you, but I really counted on you to help me get to where I need to go to. But
Mama, she's having amnesia.
What? And I'm one of those people, like, you know, I guess because the way I think I remember shit, I at least try to remember things that's important. So with my family, with my mother, sorry mom, with my mother, I would tell her some shit like 2 weeks in advance. Like, I want people, like, if I know something's coming up and I really want to do it, I'm going to ask way in advance. So she'll say yeah right then and there. But when that week come and you like, hey, Mom, I'm like, hey, you gonna take the kids? What time you going? I'm gonna go ahead and get dropped over, whatever. both of my parents, honestly. What?
You don't need to be like,
I don't even remember what you talking about. We didn't agree to that. I never said yeah. I'm like, what? And I get so mad. Cause I be like, Slim, I told you this shit like 2 weeks ago. Well, you supposed to remind me every week. I'm like, what?
It wouldn't even be the week. It'd be like the day before. So what time y'all pick the kids up tomorrow? What?
Mm-hmm.
What would you mean? What? We were banking on this.
Okay.
What are you?
Either
doing?
way, they'd be like, oh, they're like, well, I don't remember. And then I'm like, well, you got to remind us. You know how our minds are. I said, but then you know how my mind is. Once I get it out there, my mind is already moved on from it, and I'm just waiting for the day to come past. But for them, it's like, no, you got to remind me every week up to the day to make sure that I agree to it, because they asses would change their answer every week if I was to ask them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Lem, come on now. And they still end up taking them anyway, but I appreciate my parents. They come through at the end. That's how you know they should count on it. Very accountable.
Come through.
They give me a hard way to go with their memory, but they become accountable once they realize that I may have said that shit maybe a month ago. Yes. Okay, so is accountability the same as being honest?
Well, trusting and honest. Two things, same thing.
Trust is one thing. Honesty is another, because somebody can be very honest and you still not trust them. You can trust somebody and they not be as honest. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how honest. You're just hoping that you can trust in that honesty. You really don't know if they're truthful or honest. They're trustworthy or honest. They can be a trustworthy a liar. A honest, trustworthy. Who know? You know what I'm saying? So, but are accountability and honor the same? I'm counting on you to do something for me. It's like, honor, like when you're honoring somebody. Is it like that? Honest? Being honest? Okay. No, because you can see, but that's how you know if they are accountable, because at the end of the day, if I ask you to do something, or I'm asking something of you or whatever, I'm holding you to your word. So I'm hoping that you are being honest and the intention behind me holding you accountable. The only way I'm going to know that if you're not being honest is when that situation comes up and you show me that you were not accountable, and then your words no longer become, I don't know, that's when the trust comes in, when you don't trust them.
Yeah. So accountability causes trust issues. Way to bring it down.
I know, I had to bring, I don't know, but that logic just came out of nowhere, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
There you go. I got nothing to say. Would you cut people off when they show you they are not accountable?
Not necessarily. I guess it just depends on who. Like I said, it depends. If we breaking down family and friends, hell yeah, my friends got to go. That friend got to go. I can't really cut that family member off. Yes, I could, but how likely are you going to cut that unaccountability person in your family off? You just know that you can't count on them, so you're not going to go to that person. And even the same thing with a friend. You can sit here and say, I just know I can't count on them when it comes to that particular situation, so I'm not going to go to them for that situation. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me it'll be depending on the situation, because that person can let you
like
down.
What?
That person can let you down in a big way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ooh, I can't fuck with you no more. Like that type of.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It just depends on how much, what accountability I held you to. If it, like I said, it just depends on what you're holding them accountable for.
That's what I'm saying. The situation.
That would make you like, ugh. But lesson learned, first time that they do it is either you cut them off, or you just don't hold them. You just know that they're not the reliable person to go to when it comes to that.
I probably just look elsewhere.
I'm like, you know what? I can't go to gym.
Yeah.
I can't go to jam. I can't go to Gina. Gina's not reliable. I can't hold her ass accountable for shit. Let me go to Lisa over here. I know she can be held accountable.
Why don't you go ahead and say what's up? I'm good. I'd rather go pay top dollar for it. You know you do it for cheap.
I mean, but do you think accountability is like a credit? Because in a business, you're like, if I know that you have a business and I see your work, I'm like, okay, let me see work. Your work is your accountability, your credit. You know what I'm saying?
Your accountability makes you credible. I'll keep using you because I know you're going to do what you're going to say you're going to do. I know I'm going to keep coming back to you for something that happened to you.
Right.
Because you've done it before.
Right.
You gave me no reason not to.
Right. Yeah, but if I ain't seen your work, you don't got nothing, I'm like, I don't know. You look shaky to me. I don't know if I can hold you accountable, sir. I'm sorry. All right, next question. Do you feel like you're accountable? Okay, we already said that. Yeah, we already was like, what makes you accountable? Okay. Anyway, last question. Do we hold other races to accountability?
I mean, I don't, per se, because I can't control other people.
Right. But
I can't expect too much from a stranger.
Okay. No, you can't expect too much from a stranger, but if you feel like that stranger has done something to offend you, would you correct that? Would you hold that person accountable and try to correct that so they can become accountable for it?
If it's disrespectful, why wouldn't I? That's like saying somebody called me a nigga.
Right. So I was like, so somebody call you a nigga.
Somebody
Like,
call me
hey, hi, Raekwon. Hey, my nigga. You gonna be like,
right.
You gonna look at him like, hold the fuck on. We may know each other, but
honestly,
we ain't that cool, motherfucker.
For you, you do hold people you don't know.
Right. You will hold people. Typically, you will hold other people accountable that you don't know, and that is included other races. Somebody walks up to you and says something that's incorrect, or something that they do something off. You're gonna be like, huh? No.
Just because they're a stranger alone is like,
no, Karen.
I need you to hold yourself accountable for any
No,
actions
Karen.
that you do.
No, Karen. No, Karen. You're wrong. No, Karen. Let me tell you how wrong you are. Have a seat real quick. Yeah, so what you're asking for, Karen, is something else that you're not trying to go there with. Okay, let's just sit down. And let's talk about what you just said. You guys, you're asking. But all right. We're about to move on to the quote of the day.
Let's go. Yeah.
Today's quote: make sure you always take care of yourself.
Indeed.
That's in all types of forms: health, mental, physical, emotional, healing.
Say the body is the temple.
Take care of that body. Okay. Thank you for watching Past the Blunt. I'm your girl, Lady Kisses.
It's your boy, Ray.
As always, click on the bottom of the link to watch us on all platforms. Click and add and subscribe. Comment and please hit that notification bar for more videos. And we will see you when, where, and when, and how next Friday.
Let's go.
Peace.